somewhere in the head. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's happening? It's your boy. You already know. Well, first of all, y'all on the sidelines with the sideline guys, baby. We in the building, full house, rocking. Got my guys in the building, the full squad. It's been a little minute since we really just kind of got on the field with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we here now. Fellas. What's going on? How y'all feeling, man? Welcome back.
I'm feeling good, boys. It's good to see everyone's beautiful faces.
I'm doing all right. Yo, Parker, how
I don't see Derek though.
What are you asking me about, Jonathan? Are you already talking?
How the Patriots doing? Was the question.
This is the deal. Look,
you ain't been on an episode since they lost to my Bills. I'm just saying.
No, you're right. But here's the deal: we will avenge our loss against the Bills. And look, we're outside looking in. Don't get me wrong, and the odds are stacked against us. But I'm feeling a little win streak coming here. Finish the season 9-7, 10-6, sneak in the playoffs.
My ass.
Now, see, Jonathan calling out Parker. I'm surprised Sami hadn't said anything just yet about Mr. Jonathan being MIA a little bit from us. You know,
that's true.
I didn't. Moment, you know, they had a little moment. They didn't bounce back a lot now, but.
I wanted to say something to you. Actually, you still think that I don't know if you still think that the Titans are better than the Chiefs. I don't know. I mean, I'll say this: Titans? I thought
You said the Titans.
Of course. You said the Titans are better than the Chiefs.
You're mixed up with another.
No, see, we say
you said the Bills.
No. You said that the Titans are better.
I'm gonna say we're better than everybody. I'm a Titans fan.
Hell yeah, Titan up.
I was wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
I was wrong about the Ravens. I don't think that the Ravens are. I think they were frauds. They were good in the beginning. Now they're not so good.
I told y'all about them Steelers. I told y'all.
Yeah. Listen,
that's true.
They was gonna win this division because
y'all should have beat the Steelers though, man. Titans.
It's a lot of Cowboys should have did too. It's a lot of teams.
They were pretty lucky, but hey, to go 11-0, you need some luck. So
you need
100%.
It is what it is, you know, and you know, hey guys, we in the building. Like I said, it's so much to talk about, man. And we just hopping right into this thing. I mean, we gonna continue this NFL talk, y'all. So let's just talk about the fact that this has been one crazy season, not just off the fact that like a day like today where we saw a football game on a Wednesday, not just that, but also just the fact in general, guys, like, man, talk about unpredictable with how this season's going. You got a Steelers team that's 11-0. I'm sorry, 11-0 at this point. You've got a NFC East that is completely all over the place at this point.
Don't remind me.
You've got, you know what I mean? Like, you've got competitive divisions. You've got teams that look like they can make the playoffs, but we don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs at this point. It's crazy, y'all. Like,
I'm just the only thing that's been annoying me with the NFL is like the inconsistency with teams. You know, like the Bills the day before we play the Cardinals, we had 4 starters go out that night, like Saturday night, and we still had to play. But the Ravens had this literally the same exact situation, but get to be delayed for 3 days. Or the Titans, when they had the same situation, they were delayed. We played Tuesday, right, Dwayne? So it's like, what are the protocols? Is it based on like team? Is it based on state? Is it based on laws in the state? I don't even know. The inconsistency is just crazy to me. The virus, the virus don't change. It's still a virus.
I feel like the NFL has done a decent job in the fact that think about it this way. Like I guess my expectations were pretty low coming into the season as far as like, we're not going to make it through this, but I think the NFL has done a good job. And it's like, obviously, and when I mean like good job, like there's been increased cases recently, but that's the climate of like the United States right now. So it's like, you know, I mean, cases are rising in the country as well. I mean, and then obviously there's cases rising in the NFL, but I mean, the games are still being played. We're still seeing football. So, but I mean, the inconsistency, I think it's a combination of, I mean, COVID mostly has to do with it, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of teams to me that I'm just like, I feel like there's a lot of pretenders out there this year, for sure. Like, I mean, the Steelers probably can go I mean, I'm looking at the Steelers' schedule, and they got Washington, the Bengals, the Browns, the Bills, and the Colts. They're going to win 3 of those games easily. The Bills and the Colts are the only challenge I see for them, and that's going to be like, I mean, really the biggest challenge to them right now is the Bills. But I could easily see the Steelers. I could see the Steelers going 16-0, and I still don't think the Steelers are the Super Bowl favorite.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I wouldn't discredit the Browns only because it's an in.
No, they're my pretenders.
Right, but I mean, like you're saying that they could go 16-0. You mentioned that the Colts and the Bills being the toughest matchup. I wouldn't discredit the Browns only because it is an in-division thing.
Yeah, but who beats
those games always?
This is who? Okay, the Steelers are 11-0 this year because of their defense. They have a spectacular defense, a great defense, the best in the NFL probably.
Sure.
Right? Who beats great defenses, great quarterbacks? Is there a great quarterback they're playing other than you could argue Josh Allen, but that's it.
Right, but the Browns did just get back Nick Chubb, and they also just got back Myles Garrett. So I mean, they are getting healthier. I'm not saying that they're better than the Steelers.
No, I know.
Wrong. I'm just saying that they could end up beating them in the regular season.
I know Jonathan's answer, so he don't even have to answer this. But Dwayne and Sami, if you see the Steelers losing a game, our games, who do they lose to?
I would say the Browns, just because I think it's an in-division thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, they look really, really good with Nick Chubb back. They prided themselves on running the ball. Kareem Hunt couldn't do it as the workhorse, but now that they got Nick Chubb back, I mean, they look pretty darn good. Again, I know they beat up on some bad teams like the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm done with that team, but
the Steelers have, I think, out of the top 5 leaders in sacks or tackles for loss, the Steelers have 3 of the top 5, 3 players in the top 5.
Oh, I know. I mean, the Steelers are good. I still would put the Chiefs ahead of them. I mean,
Chiefs. No, I mean I'm talking about just their schedule. The Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. That's the clear favorite.
The Chiefs defense is picking up too, man. If that even like top 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're so. I mean, Jonathan, obviously, like
I'm not even guaranteeing the Bills can beat them, bro. So like. I like what I've seen. So as a Bills fan, I like what I've seen from Ben, and that he's not Ben of old. So that gives us the chance right there. But John Brown's not playing, so we're short a receiver coming into that game. 2 weeks from now, we play the 49ers, then the Steelers Sunday night. Actually, the Bills have 4 straight primetime games, so it's going to be a wild.
How about that?
Wild next 4 weeks for sure. Yeah, because we ended up picking up that Broncos game on Saturday the 19th at night.
Okay.
So
also. Parker, I just looked it up. The Browns game is the last game of the season. Yep. Chances are that game doesn't mean anything to the Steelers, and they bench their guys in the second half.
No. If you have a chance to go 16-0, you bring out all the stops. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying that game is probably going to mean a lot more to the Browns, and they're going to come out.
I don't know, man. There's only been 2 teams in the history of the NFL that have gone 16-0. The Patriots, who lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl off the freaking helmet catch, and then the freaking Miami Dolphins, who's the greatest team in NFL history. Right, so I don't know. That'll mean a lot for the Steelers, and the Steelers, who are probably a top 3 NFL franchise of all time, arguably the best, like as far as historic wise and just like past. Like I'm telling you, man, that's a big deal for them, and it would be hilarious to see the Browns beat them to beat just like the Cleveland Browns. That'd be so fucking funny. Right. I would say this, and I'm not just saying this because I'm just trying to be a dick and mess with Jonathan about the Bills, because I could see the Bills beating them, but for me, I don't know why sneaky. Like I could see the Colts beating the Steelers. Like I think if anyone's going to beat them, it's going to be the Colts, because I think they have a really good defense and they have a really good offensive line, and so. Right. Ben's not going to be able to make big plays, and their offensive line can maybe limit the tackles for loss and sacks. So
did you guys catch any of the games today? The Steelers game?
Yeah,
I saw part of it. I saw the pick 6.
I saw the pick 6. Joe Hayden, go Gators, baby! Hey, that's all I saw because the Gators tweeted about it.
Listen, He's throwing some ducks out there, man. The one
Is he?
Yeah, at the end of the game, he threw a pick right in the end zone for one. It was a duck. I mean, he was getting tackled barely.
Yeah, but the Ravens have a really good defense too. So.
Well, I mean, they do. They're not the same though. Obviously, they wouldn't be in the predicament
sure
if they were. But obviously, not having Lamar is why they lost today. Let's get
sure.
Sure. But he's not the same, man. So I would say I like Sammy's thought in terms of the division thing. You got to think every time you play a division opponent, you get at least 6 games of film against them by week 17, right? So you have to watch film for all the teams. Then they all play twice in the division, and you have more film than anybody else in the league. So that's why division games are always so hot, and it's a big competitive thing too. So I mean,
and they're getting
like you guys, the Jaguars suck, but how often do the Jaguars play you guys good against the Titans?
I just want to come on here.
Right, you can't.
I want to come on here and say this. And I feel like Dwayne might feel me a little bit, but Dwayne has Derrick Henry, so it's a little more exciting. When I tell you I watch the Patriots games every week, I watch them. And let me tell you, I watched the Gators on Saturday, who has one of the most electrifying offenses in college football, and Kyle Trask, who's the Heisman favorite, just wheeling and dealing. And then I go and watch the Patriots, and it just is very boring to watch. It's terrible, boys. And so let me just say, coming out on record, whatever team Kyle Pitts or Kyle Trask gets drafted to, I'm going to be a fan of. Because Cam, I don't know.
I hope he goes to the Bills. not for you. I don't need you, but I would love Pitts though for sure.
Oh, Pitts! Yeah, everyone would love Pitts.
Pitts is.
I've been reading mock drafts. I've seen mock drafts for Kyle Trask to go to New England and Kyle Pitts to go to New England, and like both different mock drafts and both in the first round. But again, I don't know. Both of those.
He's trending up, man. He's balling.
Both of those guys would be scary with Belichick. That's all I'm saying.
This is true.
So we got to try to not make it happen and draft Pitts before that happens.
You're funny.
Okay, so fellas, I will say, as we transition with this NFL talk some more, I seem to recall, I believe we had the full staff when we made these NFL predictions at the top of the year.
Yep.
We're about halfway through. So if everybody can remember their initial picks as far as division winners and things of that nature, nothing's official yet, but just halfway through, since we're in that halfway mark there. Fellas, let's see who's been right, who's been way off, who's been kind of throwing some stuff out there. See if everybody still got their predictions they remember. Sammy, I believe you were a part of that, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I got them on my head.
You got it? Okay, so I believe I remember most of what I was saying as well. So definitely, this should be fun, man. I want to see if we're who's all accurate. You know,
I'll start it off if you don't mind, man. I'll start it off because I'm looking at the standings now. I did have the Steelers, yes, and I
did pick the Steelers. I remember that.
Yeah, I did pick the Steelers in general. I didn't say division, but in general, I did pick the Chiefs. I did pick the Titans to make the playoffs. I did not pick them to win the division, if you recall. I did obviously pick the Bills. I did not have the Browns whatsoever anywhere near where they are now, but apparently they're fifth in the conference, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. Definitely didn't have the Dolphins, and I even mentioned that I think the Dolphins are going to be a lot better, but they were a year away. It so happened to be a year earlier than I thought. Mm-hmm. I did have the Colts, so I mean I had everyone but the Browns. The Ravens should be in the Brown spot.
I will say this though.
I'm sorry, not the Browns, the Dolphins spot. Yeah.
Dwayne low-key called. Kind of, because they had a loss, but Dwayne said the Cardinals were going to be pretty good this year, and they have been decent. 6-5, but
no, hold on. We could just wait. They should be 5-6 right now.
They should.
Okay, that Hail Mary was bullshit. We should be 9-2, and they should be 5-6. But yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You put yourself in that position.
No. So best play in NFL history, in my opinion.
So I'm faring pretty well. My conference picks are I only have 2 that are completely off. Well, honestly, I only have 1 that's completely off. Okay.
Let's go.
So I picked and my one that's completely off is the Patriots. I had the Patriots win in the East. I did have the Chiefs win in the West. I had the Steelers win in the North. Maybe I think I did have the Steelers win in the North. I did.
You did. It was the Steelers. Me and you were on that accord.
Yep. But for the South, I picked the Colts, which they're only one. They're They're only 1 game behind, so I'm still in the running there. The NFC East, I picked the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are only 1 game behind, so not too far there. Even though they're last in their division, they are only 1 game behind. I picked the Seahawks, I picked the Packers, and I picked the Saints. So we're not too far off, boys.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing I have different, I had for the NFC. I'm looking here. I did not have the Cardinals, but they're sitting in the spot. No, I did have the Cardinals. I had Cardinals, 49. Remember, I had the 3 NFC West teams making the playoffs. I had 3 of them. I had Rams, 49ers, Cardinals, which all 3 are in that spot right now. So besides that, everything else is just common. Packers, Seahawks, all that shit.
Okay. Sammy, how you looking?
So for me, I'm looking at it now. I too had the Patriots. I can never count out Belichick. And hey, you never know. They might make the playoffs. They might sneak in. Who knows? But I had them being on top. I knew the Bills were going to be good. I just didn't know how good. Dolphins, they're shocking me. I mean, my God, they look pretty good. And just imagine how good they're going to be in the next few years. I had the Ravens. I'm sure all of you can remember. They were my Super Bowl pick to make it to the Super Bowl. Now, they could still make it. They could still sneak into the playoffs, but it's not looking pretty good, especially if Lamar isn't 100%. I mean, yeah, I know he got COVID, but he wasn't 100% healthy. Everyone can kind of tell he doesn't look like Lamar of last year. I did have the Titans. What's surprising me is I actually thought that the Texans were going to be like second in that division. I didn't think the Colts were going to be as good as they are. And what's really surprising me, it's their defense. I didn't think their defense was going to be this good. I thought their offense was going to be great, but yeah, T.Y. Hilton, I guess, is having a down year, and that defense just looks really, really good. I did have the Chiefs winning the AFC West. I actually thought that the Bears were going to be in the NFC North. They could still make the playoffs, I think, but the Rodgers, I guess, it just kind of he's looking really good. Packers are looking solid. Yeah, they didn't draft any help for him, but hey, I guess he's taking it out on other teams. He's trying to showcase like, hey, I'm still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I thought the Buccaneers would be in the NFC South. Saints look good, man. Look good. Even without Breeze, they still look really, really good. And this is too without a healthy Michael Thomas. So just imagine if that team is fully healthy, that they're gonna look really, really good. And then I also had the Seahawks. They're looking really, really solid. I had them making the Super Bowl as well. I had Ravens against Seahawks with the Seahawks coming on top. So hey, at least that's looking pretty good. And I know, I had the Eagles. They look garbage. They look hot garbage. I'm with Parker now, man. I want to bench Wentz. I want to.
Derek's about to pop in.
Should I?
I want to just see what Hurts has.
Derek's
Don't mute Derek. Don't do it. Don't do it, Derek.
Derek's Twitter.
From that episode.
Derek's Twitter during and after an Eagles game always cracks me up. It's like he is a dude. Derek is a Wentz stan. I mean, he's like every tweet that's like Carson Wentz still has a lot of ability, and the offensive line is not doing him any justice.
No. Okay. Let me clarify something for you. Clarify something for you real quick.
Let's see your beautiful face, Derek. Where you at?
No, I'm not gonna mess up the grid for the video, but so yes,
I feel like God is talking right now. Like, hello.
Carson Wentz is not playing well at all this season. I will never deny that's not the case. I will never not say that that's not the case, but this is more so on Doug Peterson. This is Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman.
I would agree with that.
This is Howie Roseman does not know how to draft. Doug Peterson does not know how to coach. Period.
Do you think they're there by the end of the season?
Where?
Do you think they're in Philly?
They're gonna stay because Jeff Lurie doesn't have the balls to fire them right now. But
you hear that, Jeff Lurie? You don't have the balls.
Look, they already said Jeff Lurie's scared to lose Peterson to Ross Reed.
I like Peterson, but the moment I saw him go for it on 4th down when they could have just kicked the field goal,
thank you,
to have it a 1 possession, I was done. I remember texting Derek, "Oh, I'm done. Fire everyone." I'm just like, I'm over it. I want the enemy. I'm done. I'm done with it. I do think Wentz still has ability, but at some point, man, like you gotta, like he is not playing well at all. It's not just the offensive line. He's not playing well. He holds on to the ball too much. He doesn't throw to the first option that's open. He tries to stretch it for a home run play every single play, and it's annoying. And then, it's just a culmination of a lot of things. But the one bright spot is that the defense has been playing pretty solid. I mean, to only let up like 20 points or whatever to the Seahawks. And, they let up 38 points, I think, to the Steelers. But for the most part, they, the defense was keeping them in that game, but when Wentz keeps turning the ball over, I mean, there's nothing you can do. The defense is on the field for so long, and there's just quick 3-and-outs over and over and over.
I mean, I know how to fix all these problems. The Eagles need to hire me as director of operations, and here's the deal. This is what you do. You bring a little. This is the way. No. Hear me out. They already have. The Eagles actually are good at tight end, and they're fine at quarterback. Here's my thing. I'm trying to the way I can phrase this. The Eagles, it just so happens that the guys I think the Eagles should bring some culture to the team, bring some culture to the city. Hear me out. And when I say culture, you'll see what I'm saying. GM, Lou Reddick. Head coach, Eric Bieniemy. Yes, quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
No.
Let's go, baby. Hold
on. Let me just say this.
Come on.
We're not moving on from Carson Wentz at all. The contract that the Eagles
they're not gonna
makes no sense to move on from.
Derek, they can not next season, but the season after. I think they only lose about $22 million. So they
only 22
million.
Yeah,
it's $50 million now.
Let me see.
That's a lot.
Just
a lot less.
Okay, let me ask you this: the last 3 years, Carson Wentz progressed. He either got better or he played at the same level that he was playing at.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, this year it has been trash. Yes. So why is it that a quarterback has one bad year and all of a sudden it's he's not the franchise guy anymore?
Derek, did you not see all the reports? Did you not see the reports?
The reports of what?
Derek, from the report I saw all over Twitter. Wentz was trending. GMs and executives, whatever that means, were saying that Wentz is shot mentally, bro. They say, of course, someone came and won the Super Bowl. He's kind of not feeling himself. I mean, injuries, this, that, and the other. I mean, look, you gotta. I mean,
no, they need. I would move on.
Tough spot, brother.
Hurts.
You wouldn't move on from Jalen Hurts. You just drafted him.
Yes, because Howie Roseman is absolute garbage. If you figure out somehow, some way, trade Hurts for another piece, it's not going to be a significant piece, but if you can go ahead and just trade him to get someone else in for whatever position you want, cool. Carson Wentz needs to be the guy and does not need to have the heat behind him when he's on this big-ass contract.
Hey,
let me ask you this. If
Aaron Rodgers can do it. Aaron Rodgers can do it.
So Derek, that's the confusion for me, though, is like, you're calling him the franchise guy. Franchise guys don't have years that bad. Like they don't just fall apart in a year.
Hold on.
But hold on, real quick. At the same time, you're saying you want Roseman and Peterson fired. It's one or the other, in my opinion.
No, it's both.
But the thing is, if you're blaming Howie,
I'm blaming both of them.
But you can't blame Peterson for Howie's lack of bringing talent in and making dumb decisions like drafting Hurts. That's not a Peterson decision to bring Hurts in.
No, that's not on Peterson. What is on Peterson is his lack of understanding and his ineptitude to be able to actually utilize the guys the proper way. There is no way in hell Miles Sanders should have had 6 carries on Sunday. Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
If the O-line's injured and hurt, that's the thing. Injuries too.
No. That offensive line actually held up a lot better this Sunday. I don't want to hear anything about Miles not being able to run the ball when you had Carson Wentz outrun. Why did Carson Wentz outrun Miles Sanders?
But you're saying the offensive line played well then, and then not giving Yes, what Wentz did is on Wentz for sure. But what I'm saying, there's no excuse to not utilize your running back, who is your star running back. There's no reason you don't utilize him. He ran for 6. He got 6 carries. Yeah, he got 6 carries. That makes no sense. I kind of hear you. Maybe they just don't want to pay him.
Let me ask this question. If you're an Eagles fan, right? At this point, actually, I mean, if you're anyone in the NFC, in that division, what is it? Is it the East? Yeah, the East. Mm-hmm. If you're anyone in the NFC East at this point, it's kind of like a catch-22 because you either like, hey, we're one of the all of us, all 4 of us are one of the worst teams in the league, and we can at this point we can fight and go to the playoffs and lose in the first round, or we can get a better draft pick. So where are you at this point? Like, do you want to win the division at 5?
A better pick. I want a better
That's
pick.
what I'm saying.
Lose.
So, but you're probably going to win the division.
No, we're not. No, we're not. If you're not running the ball properly, if Doug Peterson does not know how to actually call plays, if the only way that we're actually in the game is because our defense is the only thing standing up and our offense can't get a first down to save their lives.
The Eagles might lose the next 3 games.
They're going They will lose the next 3 games.
The Packers, Saints,
I called
and
the last
the
2. I said they were losing to the Browns and they were losing to the Seahawks. They're losing the next 3 games. There's no way we can win those. There's no way.
You know what's funny is that the team with no name could really win the division.
Yeah, of course they are.
I think they will.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think the boys will. Let's go, boys.
Speaking of which, fellas, and that's like I said, these are
Wait, Dwayne, if I could one quick thing, kind of lead into it. I know I've had a really shitty season, right, with the Eagles. However, I would like to showcase my fantasy football team. Really, really proud of this, right? Because I made a trade since the last time we spoke, right? It was I think it was around week 7, right? I bought low, right, on Tyreek Hill. He came off of like a 1-catch, 5-yard performance against the Bills, right? And there were some other players involved, but the main piece was like Tyreek Hill for Joe Mixon, right? And that's when Joe Mixon was coming off a decent outing, right, against the Colts. But since then, Joe Mixon hasn't played at all. And now Tyreek Hill looks like a monster. He's been like going off the past few weeks. And that guy who I traded for, he's so pissed. But yeah, it's put me back in the playoffs.
57 points. Tyreek Hill won me this week, baby. Let's go. I was thinking, Dwayne, you could have segued it because we talked about Carson Wentz's $50 million contract. I mean, segue that right into the second greatest player in NBA history. Big money, dude. Big money. LeBron James. I mean, my man, 2-year, $85 million.
Ladies and gentlemen.
James Harden could have got paid more.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that. Ain't talking about that. Hey, you know what I'm happy about? I don't like LeBron, but let me start off by saying, boys, this is really good for the league. Number one, LeBron is going to start to diminish. He already – look.
Oh, you've said this for years. Stop saying it. Let's see it before you say it. He's going to start diminishing.
He already has started diminishing. It's just LeBron's diminishing is different than everybody else's diminishing.
The third best player
diminished since people kept saying it was going to come?
He has
diminished. I'm saying, like, let it happen first. Like, you're saying he's going to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He had an MVP type season this past
Here's the deal. Guess what it closes the door on, though? Boom. Closes the door. Giannis can't go to the Lakers because I saw rumors about that, and that shit happened. I would never watch the NBA again.
Oh, it's so happening.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Why is Giannis going to go to the Lakers?
The cap's going to go up another $40 million by the time
the cap's going to go up with COVID.
So after this season, it will probably be over. Vaccines coming.
Please. Don't.
Giannis will be a Laker, bro. If he decides to go to free agency, I guarantee
he's going to Golden State. He's going to Golden State.
Hey, did you see the Golden State rumors?
What was that?
No, I'm not seeing it at all.
Oh my goodness, boys! This is a big topic here because the team that I absolutely hate, my sworn enemies, the team that has taken away at least one title from my Rockets and ended what could have been a dynasty for the Houston Rockets. Actually, I could have become a fan of the Warriors because on draft day, the Warriors reached out to the Rockets to try to trade for James Harden. You didn't see
Warriors
that?
What?
No.
That was boys. Woj tweeted that out. That's some source, or Shams, or Woj, but it was a credible source. The Warriors tried to pair Harden with Clay and Steph. Wow, that could have really changed the game. I'd have been happy because I want James Harden to get a ring, but gosh, I just hate the Warriors. It would have been a real sticky situation for me. But
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, people getting paid out in these streets, boys.
They are. So, of course, it's expected with LeBron getting the money that he got. But, fellas, in terms of the decision of what he did, do you guys agree with it right now? Do you think keep the gravy train rolling, or what? What are y'all thinking based off this move?
Yeah, get your money. I mean,
LeBron? So I mean, again, it goes down to is he going to decline during the contract? I mean, I don't know. But what's your definition of declining? Do I think he can still be a
he's going to decline?
He's going to lose his top 5, maybe top 10, top 20 status within the contract, but he'll still be a top 10 point guard. So like not top 10 in the league in general, but I think he'll still be able to play point guard for a while. I mean, defensively, you work around him being older, but I think he's, that's still there, and he's still got a little bit of athleticism. I think he's
got one of the best rim protectors too. If someone blows by him, so you just need him to stay in front.
They'll retool and they'll get younger, like they just did with Trez and Schroeder and things like that. So there's ways you let an older guy keep going. I mean, look at Malone. Malone was joining Shaq and Kobe. I think didn't he lead in points and rebounds in the finals? I mean, they still lost the finals, but I mean, he was 40, so he still gave something. We don't know. I do want to see him play with his son though. That'll be dope as hell. So I think he's gonna go wherever something's drafted.
I don't think that happens.
I mean, so if he decides to play still, it would be the year his contract's over is the year his son would be drafted if they allow high school players to get drafted again. If his son.
How long? Like his son is what a sophomore?
He's 16. He's a sophomore. Yeah.
Okay, so he's got at least 3 more years. Right?
Yeah, he's playing his sophomore year now, and then junior, and then yep, yeah, so 3 more.
LeBron is he good enough to go one and done?
It doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter.
His dad's LeBron. It'd be straight out of high school. Was what they're saying.
Well, straight out of high school.
They're changing the rule by then. Yeah, it's expected. What I think.
I mean, honestly, that's going to be one of the most overrated prospects of all time. That man averages That man averages like 2 points. It's gonna be the same thing. I know we're gonna get into this in a little bit, but it's gonna be the same thing that happens with LaMelo Ball or LiAngelo Ball. That's like when the Mets signed Tim Tebow. That's hey, look at me. Here's somebody that's in the public.
I don't agree with that. I mean, the kid LeBron didn't like dominate as a freshman, did he? Like he played well, but you also have to think LeBron played at a high school that he was meant to be the star going into freshman year. Bronny's playing at Sierra Canyon that has every top prospect in the country. Like they're recruiting like it's a college.
Yeah.
So Mikey, I can't remember his name. I think he went to Duke. Like he was the best player on the team, so he's not going to really like. Bronny was never the centerpiece of that team last year. So
I don't know. I mean, let me ask you this: if you're a GM, would you draft Bronny?
I haven't seen him play. Like I didn't even see LeBron play in high school much. Except for the big games they put him in. So I can't say. I don't know. He's tall. You guys see that recent picture of him? He's huge as hell. He's like 6'6" now. He looks like a freaking adult, man.
I got him right here. So this is Max Prep. I don't know how. I mean, this is Sierra Canyon. So that's Sierra Canyon. He's 6'2", weighs 165 pounds. He averages 6.8 points a game, and he averages 0.3 rebounds.
was last year.
Yeah, that was his freshman year.
Yeah. So I mean, they haven't played yet this year.
So
he might not even play this year because California locked down the state.
Oh yeah.
So
who knows? But I guess yeah. I didn't think that was reasonable for him to want to play with Bronny. But if they change the rules and this, that, and the other, then yeah, he's 2 years, and then Bronny's out, and then he signs wherever Bronny goes.
I mean, I could see it. I mean, the thing is now, is LeBron going to force Bronny or force the league to let Bronny go where he wants or where LeBron wants? Like where would maybe like Miami or
I just think if like
Cleveland after he's going to want to buy Cleveland. I think LeBron by the time he retires.
That'd be dope. I think at that point you're looking at like I think the only team that would take a shot at him in the first round is probably Cleveland, unless his stats go up, and I don't know. But it would be cool to see him go to Cleveland. But I see it kind of happening this way. I see like LeBron stepping into that like player coach role as he starts to decline, and then whether he wants to go into management, and then kind of like Larry Bird with the Pacer. I don't know, but who knows? I don't think LeBron will ever be a coach. I think he'll be an owner, but I don't think he has any desire to take. I think once he's done with basketball, I think it's just he's going to go do all kinds of business ventures and this, that, and the other.
I will 110% take Clutch Sports / LeBron taking over the Knicks. Because I think Dolan, listen, I'll take anybody over Dolan. That's just obvious. But LeBron, you got to think everything off the court. I think people might think I'm crazy, but I think everything he's done off the court is more important and more impactful than he's ever done on the court. And I mean that in the most positive way. Like, obviously, he's one of the best basketball players ever. That's besides the point. But he's shown he's made impact in film and social justice and building schools for communities. Like, what the hell has Dolan done? Donate to MAGA? Like that's all. You know what I mean? He's done nothing for the team. He's done nothing for the community. I mean, does he donate? Yeah, but it's all tax write-offs. That's the only reason why they do it, for the most part.
Yeah, Dolan's an asshole.
Completely. He just cares about a stupid fucking band that nobody listens to. But
LeBron also did a lot for China. Oh wait, never mind. No, he didn't.
Well, so Parker, what I would say to your theory is, though, I don't know if Bronny wants to play with his dad, though. I mean, everyone wants to speculate that LeBron wants to play with his son, but like at the same time, I don't know if Bronny wants to play with his dad, because remember, he didn't even want to wear his dad's jersey number in high school.
I think he does, but I think he does, but it's only going to be for like a year or two. And I think that like if you're LeBron, right? And Jonathan was talking about like LeBron making it to where Bronny gets to go where he wants to go, kind of deal, right? I think if you're if you're LeBron and if you're Bronny, you try to make that process as far as being drafted and being a prospect as normal as possible, because you are going to have the biggest target on your back. Think about it. Like, it's going to be, you remember how when Lonzo came into the league in that first year and everyone was talking shit about Lonzo and, and that was just, and that was because LeVar Ball, and LeVar Ball is not nearly as big as LeBron. Bronny is going to be under the biggest microscope ever. So I think anything that he can keep normal, he will.
Speaking of LeVar and the Ball family, Triple B, big baller brand as they call it. Well, it completely lives up to its name as of officially now, because it's official that we pretty much have the triple threat to see who truly is the better of the Ball family in the NBA. Now, we've had a taste of what Lonzo can do. We're about to see what LaMelo does. And apparently, same thing for LiAngelo. So, guys, I need to know, who y'all money on right now?
So,
y'all betting
I've broken this down.
Will be the best shooter. That's the best.
I've broken this down. Like, I was thinking about this when I saw it. LiAngelo went to Detroit. I'm just wondering how. I'll give all the credit in the world to LeVar because he spoke it into existence and it happened. Respect. Can't say nothing else about it. But people might not like this, but I think Lonzo's career trajectory won't be as good as Rondo, but more like a Rondo role where Rondo is now. So
yeah, I see that.
Obviously, back with the old Celtics, that's superstar Rondo. That's different. But what Rondo is now, if that's what Lonzo ends up being, that's a championship contributor. You know what I mean? That's not bad. LaMelo, we haven't seen him ball in a long time. Think about it. He got kicked out of high school. Nobody saw his overseas games. He got hurt in that overseas league, the Australian league or whatever it was. Missed half the season, like the rest of the season, half the season. So we haven't seen him since he played against Zion 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he is. I mean, arguably, LeVar argues he's the best player out of the three brothers. But and then LiAngelo, I have no idea. Is he going to make the team? It's a non-guaranteed contract, so I'm not sure he makes the team. But
LiAngelo will be on G League. Lonzo, I see that. That's a good comparison with Rondo. I think he's just like a dumber Rondo. And with LaMelo, I'm kind of like stuck on Melo because, like, you know, you see all those highlights of him taking shots and you think he's going to be like a great value version of Trae Young. But I don't really think that. I think he's going to be.
He actually isn't that good of a shooter.
No. They say Lonzo has a better shot than him, which is like kind of scary. But I think that the thing with LaMelo, I think it's going to take him some like kind of like his. I don't want to say ego hurt. I think his ego is at an all-time high. But I think it's going to take some adjusting.
Whoa! Breaking news! Did anyone just see that? What just happened just now?
No.
Russell Westbrook got traded to the Wizards.
What?
No! Yeah.
No! What? What?
Right here. Breaking news
live on OTS, baby. Let's go. This is Tokyo.
Sideline guys, baby.
This is why we here.
Breaking news.
Derek, I'll mute your ass.
Y'all see that?
For John Wall in the first.
Derek, that's your clip for the day. Right there.
Wait. Houston got a first along with Wall's nasty ass contract.
Damn, I love that.
Wait, it's a 2023 protected first round pick.
Oh, protected.
So you know
okay, yeah, it's gonna move on to like another year, probably second round picks or something. But Westbrook for John Wall, and Wall.
I actually like that. If
Wall and Ball, they said
if Wall can come back, man, he's a better defender than Russell Westbrook.
He's a better fit for Harden than Westbrook.
Oh my God.
Overall, I mean, so KD, Kyrie.
We're back, baby, Houston.
Yeah. First round exit. Woo!
hey. Second round exit, bitch.
We might make the playoffs. 10 teams make the playoffs this year. We might make it. No.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna do more. We're gonna do more with our protected first round pick. That's probably gonna be 20th than the Knicks will do with their top 3 pick.
That's so true.
You're not wrong.
John Wall. Wow, Westbrook and Bradley Beal will be interesting too, though. Honestly, boys, like I know we're not really talking. Like we can.
Let's talk.
This is a
Wizards can make the playoffs.
Interesting moment to tell y'all and really just wonder now.
You know, Derek's right now is like making that graphic where it's like OTS. Westbrook has been traded.
Yeah.
Of course, you already know that's definitely what's happening. But nonetheless, I have to ask you guys now, because this was actually just before that breaking news, something I was gonna segue into with you guys. What is the best move of free agency or the NBA offseason for that matter?
John Wall to the Rockets. No, it's easy.
So the only thing that gets me with the Wall thing, he has like 4 years and $45 million per left. Like Westbrook only had 2 years?
No, Westbrook had 3, and Westbrook still got paid more.
No, Westbrook has 2, and I think
no, but the market for Westbrook was zip.
Player option 2. He has a player option.
Second player, yeah.
Wow, that's
crazy. I don't know, man. That Wall contract could come back to bite Houston bad.
Yeah, but the Westbrook contract was already biting them bad. And honestly, you had at this point, don't get me wrong, I hate seeing Westbrook go, but when you get Christian Wood, who I mean, I'm not saying it's the best pickup in free agency, but a very, very, I don't know if anyone's watched Christian.
The most underrated pickup in free
agency. Good move.
Correct. Most underrated pickup in free agency. And I mean, there's a lot of ifs with John Wall and Boogie, but let me think about it this way, boys. Number one, John Wall
and Boogie are best friends.
That's why I said they played at Kentucky together. They love each other. No, and so, but also let's talk about this. You have Steven Silas, who's a great, who's going to be, I believe, is going to be a great head coach. Good mind, was the mastermind behind the Mavericks offense. But hear me out. That man has to deal with this man not only has to deal with James Harden, who I love Harden, but don't get me wrong, like the reason that Harden and D'Antoni got along is because D'Antoni's a player's coach. Like Silas is going to have to deal with the personalities of James Harden, John Wall, and Boogie, who are all three like top 10 like personalities to deal with in the NBA.
I don't think Harden's a personality in a negative sense. I mean, there's been more of that for people have said for Wall and Cousins. The only thing I would be worried about is Wall and Cousins thinking they run that team now. Because they're boys, you know, I'm the point guard, it's the center. We're not going to be doing this running gun.
If they want to win, this is how it works. That team is nobody's team. Harden has.
That's
you know
how
what I mean?
Should be. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I agree with that. Hey, but Christian Wood next to Cousins. You still got Tucker in there to throw around the perimeter or down low. You got Wall. You got Harden. That team could be pretty nasty, bro.
I'm trying to look at this lineup. So that you have John Wall, James Harden, Daniel House, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins. Off the bench, you have PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon.
I think Wood's off the bench. I think Woods would be 6 man.
I think Woods will come
No. Woods will play power forward. I'm telling you.
Oh no, I think he is the power forward for sure. I just think he'd be 6 man. This is my opinion, but only because Tucker.
I think they start Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah. But Wood is super underrated, man. He's y'all got a little squad, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, let me tell you what. I mean, I might have to buy League Pass again this year. I was not going to buy that shit. We're going to be running it back, going to the second round exit.
Jesus. All right. Hey, Dwayne, I know you mentioned just overall offseason changes and whatnot. Can I go through each one and get everybody the quick thoughts?
Go ahead. I mean, let's see. We've had some major moves.
So we had just quick thoughts, guys. I know we're running out of time and whatnot. So Ibaka to the Clippers. You can all give like a yay or nay and a couple thoughts. What do we thought? Honestly, for me, like, what is he really bringing? In my opinion,
he's probably better than the traitor, I guess.
Trez, man.
He actually
I don't know. I think Trez is better than Ibaka, but I do think that for what the Clippers want to do, I think he's a better fit than Trez. But I think
the best pickup in free agency, and I hate to say this, was Dennis Schroeder.
Oh yeah.
100%. Schroeder is a baller, and he'll fit well into that system. And I mean, I think the Lakers are better now, like 100% better.
I think the top move of free agency wasn't a signing; it was a trade. I think the Bucks getting Holiday. That was the best move. I think that team is there. I think they've now found someone that can defend the perimeter better. I think Holiday's definitely a better fit than Bledsoe. So
Bledsoe
I mean,
was
I think
defensive player too. So I like Holiday. He's much better.
I think I think people are now going to start to realize, since he's on a better team. I mean, you have to think Holiday was never really on that good of a team. I think now that people are going to see this, like they're going to realize just how good he is. And who knows, hot take, he might make the All-Star team this year. If there is an All-Star, I think people are going to realize how good he is. I'll tell you what the worst move is definitely the Hornets getting Gordon Hayward. That was horrible.
Okay.
Yeah,
that contract was pretty great.
Just the contract.
By the way, James Harden will be a Rocket next season. Crazy. I'm gonna watch John Wall highlights all for the rest of the night. Also, the team that's gonna be sneaky good that made probably the best as far as like not a cumulative like best moves. I think is the Atlanta Hawks.
I could see it.
Bogdanovich. They did Bogdanovich. They did Bellinelli.
Gallinari.
Gallinari, Bogdanovich, and
Rondo.
I'm forgetting Rondo. So, and they already had. Think about it this way: they had Trae Young. They had the Hunter kid who can already shoot really well.
Cam Reddish.
They have Clint Capella. They have a good young core. They have Rondo, who's going to be a leader. They have, and then the Bogdanovich and Gallinari, who are, I mean, I think Bogdanovich. Everyone knows Bogdanovich is a good player. I just think because he played for the Kings, no one gives him that much respect. But Gallinari is a stud, and Gallinari played really well for the Thunder this past season.
Stay healthy.
So,
yeah. And look at Bogey and Trey shooting from the perimeter is elite, though.
Now,
yeah.
You know, it's funny because you, Parker, you know, I was actually you made me forget about Atlanta for a second because that was also they did make some really good moves. But fellas, I gotta let you know.
Uh-oh.
The Phoenix Suns won.
Oh, yeah.
CP3, Devin Booker, and that young core. Look at what the Suns were already doing before CP3 was there. How close they came when this restart happened. Now, you know, and the fact that they literally came so close to getting in that playoff and they came just one game short. Now you got a leader. Speaking of Rondo, you got a leader in CP3 leading this young core with the DeAndre Ayton and a Devin Booker and so many pieces that they have. So who's to say? You know, they might even try to get your boy Trevor Ariza back. You never know.
Picked up Jay Crowder
so I like what they did. I think they gave up too much though, and I don't like that they traded Oubre. So I don't know. I don't know. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I just think that I don't. If they kept Oubre, I would be more.
You like Oubre that much?
I don't think they really got. I don't know what they got back in return for him. You're talking about this young core. I mean, sure, yeah, they got Bridges. I think Oubre's better than Bridges. I'd rather have kept Oubre over Bridges. They brought back Saric. I mean, that team outside of CP3, Booker, and Ayton, I'm not really thrilled with what they have around.
I think Jay Crowder was a decent pickup though, too.
Yeah, he's gonna be the 4 probably for them. He's gonna be a 4 for them, which is good. I'm just not. Don't get me wrong. CP3, I am great. I just think they gave up too much for him, and I'm not thrilled with. Outside of their top 3, I'm not really thrilled with what they have around them. I do like, though, quick note on the Hawks. I like what they did, but it's going to be interesting to see if they're willing to play Gallinari at the 3 because he typically has played the 4 for them. So I don't know how that's going to work out with Collins and Gallinari. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make a move with Collins. Not sure because I think Hunter is better at the 3 and Gallinari is better suited at the 4, but we'll see.
How about the Thunder, boys? The Thunder,
man,
they're not ready for this year coming up. But what do they have, like 15 first-round picks in the next 5 years or something?
Hey, that's what the Celtics did, right? That's how they built their team where they are now.
And traded up to get the guys that they wanted to get, obviously.
Yeah.
Hey, your Celtics picked up. I like the Thompson pickup.
I love the Thompson pickup.
I've called that pickup since we started OTS.
I'm not thrilled. Not thrilled with the baggage that comes with him because, hey, I'm just saying.
I know.
He fills a need, right? Remember, Dwayne, you had asked me, what are the biggest needs, right, heading into the offseason for this team? I said shooting, right? Most importantly, they need shooting. And then someone who can rebound. Tice he's solid, but he's short 6'8" dude. Like, he's not competing with the top big men out there. Adebayo made him look like a little boy. I think Thompson is going to provide that toughness that they need. Underrated defender, going to be great. But
who the hell are we talking about?
Tristan Thompson.
Double T, my friend. Tristan.
It is only been...
Bro, Tristan Thompson is fucked. He dates a Kardashian.
Hey, also, it's been only, 2 or 3 days since he's officially been on the team. And I'm not sure if any of you guys saw that story that came out about Malik Beasley and Scottie Pippen Jr.'s mom, right? Tristan Thompson apparently used to date his mom. So, I'm just saying, there's this baggage already coming along with Tristan Thompson, and I'm just not very
I will say, I didn't mind the Jeff T pickup for you guys, too, especially now that Kemba's out to February. So, A little bit of a solidifier. I mean, you lost Hayward, who usually played a little bit of point for you guys too. Yep. So,
and they still have roster spot for one guy, so they could still add someone.
Paging Derek Myers.
Yes, sir.
Derek, let me get your take, bro. John Wall, what'd you think?
I mean, Houston might be an issue.
Oh my God, music to my
Houston
ears,
might be an
baby.
issue. That was a good move. That was a really good move.
Hey, look, here's the deal. I would have been happy with John Wall just for Russell Westbrook. To get a first round pick for that is pretty fucking great.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time out.
Protected.
Who really wins this deal?
What's the difference?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's Westbrook and Bill.
You might not get it until like 2024, 2025.
That's a win-win, though.
It is a win-win. It is a win-win. I don't see anyone that actually lost that. I don't see there's
if Wall gets back to, I will say, at least 80% of what he was, then it's a win-win. If he gets to 100,
I say
Rockets win.
The winner in this trade is Bradley Beal. He finally has someone who can, actually play. John Wall's been out for the last couple of years, so I think he's going to have someone.
He's just got to tell Westbrook, hey, man, let me do the shooting. You just drive to the rim.
Hey, that could be a good pairing, though, man.
I think it might not be a bad idea.
Really well together, man.
It might not be a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Brad Beal ain't afraid to talk to no one. You know what he do.
Yeah.
Now, Derek, we need to know what are you thinking about your Celtics, sir? What's going on here? You feeling these moves? You're not? What's going on?
I love it. Everyone was panicking when Gordon Hayward officially opted out, and then everyone was saying, "Oh, Danny Ainge needs to be fired and everything like that because he lost
the trade exception
for no one." But I mean, they worked out the sign and trade with Charlotte. They got that trade exception. That's I think 28.5 or 28.7. They could potentially bring in two people that combine to make that, or they could use it on one player. It's very possible that Danny Ainge decides to wait until the deadline to utilize it, or wait until next offseason to utilize it. I'm fine with it. Let Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum run and do what they need to do and have everyone support them. I'm fine with it. There's nothing wrong with that move. And Tristan Thompson, I love the addition of Tristan Thompson. I love it. I think it's gonna allow Tice to do what Tice needs to do, and Robert Williams to grow. So I love it. Danny Ainge deserves a lot more respect than what he's been receiving.
Hey, you want to know?
Hey, boys!
You want to know one of the biggest? Hey, you know who might be one of the biggest losers in free agency? Denver. Losing Jeremy Grant. I'm telling you right now, they will be a 6 or 7 seed because of that loss. And not to mention, they matched that contract. So Denver came to Jeremy and said, "We'll match dollar for dollar." He still left. He wanted a bigger role.
You don't think Michael Porter? You don't think Michael Porter would?
What? Don't even say for defense, bro. Please.
Listen.
I'm
asking.
Porter,
I think Porter can step up and give a scoring role, but that's not what Jeremy was. They're missing the overall that everything he could provide.
Right, but Michael Porter is not a finished product either, so it's very possible he could grow into what Grant.
Malone's a good coach as well.
I see Porter as a more skilled Kevin Love, like way more skilled. And just never having the defense though. Like that's just not. He was never that guy. He never will be that guy. He's not going to be Grant's defense. Like Grant locked.
I don't think Grant was that great of a defense. I don't think Denver really needed him. I mean, I don't think they're going to miss him that much. I mean, sure, they're going to miss him, but I don't think it's that bad of a loss. Like I think they're still going to be good. Hopefully, Gary Harris comes back. Healthy. Maybe Bull actually starts to play more now, and he can fill the backup 4 role or whatever. So I mean, and he looked pretty good when he actually played in the bubble. So I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay.
We shall definitely see. So really quickly, it's about that time, guys. You know, good things always come to an end. So real quickly, this is where we go around the room and we do that their final take from anything you want to go. NFL, NBA, maybe you want to talk boxing.
Let me
Who
start
knows
this.
what you want to do? But Brother Jonathan, you got the first word, my friend, because you're the one that has to go. So,
All right.
sir.
Okay. All right. So can I do two things real quick and it'll be quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
The first thing is the Brooklyn Nets will not make it past the second round of the playoffs. That's my hot take for the season, for NBA season. Second overall take. What the fuck is going on with Nate Robinson? Come on, my boy.
Oh,
come on,
shit.
my
We
boy.
didn't talk about.
Come on, listen. I love Nate. Gave me some of the best. We still suck, but some of the best entertaining Knicks years ever. Like the New York Knicks were actually fun to watch. He was winning dunk contests. He was dunking over Yao Ming, blocking Yao Ming. I miss him as a basketball player. Never box again. You embarrassed. Like I'm Hispanic, so I have a lot of Hispanic boxers to look at. Besides, nobody.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh yeah. Listen, that was embarrassing. When he got knocked down the first time, I would have just stayed down. That didn't look as bad as the final knock. The knockout.
Oh my gosh.
He was just all out of whack. They should have called it. I don't know what.
Can you feel bad for Nate Robinson and also think that's funny?
I don't feel bad for him.
Oh, I feel bad for him, and I think that's fucking.
$600,000. It's fine.
Dude, he must have been struggling for money. Poor guy.
You feel too bad. He's been roasted. He's been roasted. But
poor guy, dude. He's literally got to go and he's got to go be a hermit for a couple years. My God, no one's gonna remember him as Nate Robinson. Everyone remember him as the midget that could dunk. Now everyone's gonna remember him as the midget that got knocked out.
Floyd Mayweather might fight Logan Paul next exhibition.
Dude, honestly, Nate Robinson versus Floyd Mayweather. I'm just teasing. Bro, here's my final take, boys. Let me say, wow, that was a fucking Sami bomb in this damn podcast right now. That was dope. Yo, I'm excited. I'm going to just go at it. Houston Rockets 2021 champions in this bitch.
Oh, man.
No.
Sami, what you got?
Yeah. Wow.
Sami, what you got?
Also, the Patriots will make the playoffs.
My hot take will be the one I said earlier. I think Drew Holiday will make the All-Star team. I think people will start to realize how good he is. I also, another hot take, I think the Celtics will not miss Gordon that much. I think they will. I think there's another move cooking. I can see it. They have a 14th roster spot. They got this trade exception. I think they're going to win the East.
Can I ask Sami one question, Dwayne, real quick?
Sure.
Derek, do not hop in. This is for Sami. Derek,
Okay.
Do not hop in. Would you trade for James Harden, Sami? Yes or no?
Depends on who we're giving up.
Who would you dip off for James Harden?
I mean, honestly, no. Because I know it's going to have to be Jason Tatum, probably.
No. I don't think
Jalen. No.
I was thinking
Picks and Jalen Brown.
I was thinking Jalen Brown and picks. No, Derek. No, I see it.
So, Derek, no.
Yeah,
bro.
It's probably not going to be just that. It's probably going to have to be to make the salaries match up. Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart in picks, and at that point, no. Because you have to think, I want to see what Jalen Brown's going to be. He's only 23 years old.
Look,
he's only 23.
This is nothing against Brown at all, but
right.
I feel like a lot of Celtics fans, you guys may not be those fans, but a lot of Celtics fans are upset with the fact that Ainge didn't make that big splash play when he could have many times.
No, I
stocking up too much. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't, because I know that it's probably going to have to include Marcus Smart too. And at that point, no.
I wouldn't trade Smart, so I'm with you on that. I think Harden would be great with Tatum. That's my opinion.
I think Tatum, Harden would be great with Stevens. With Stevens, Harden would be
I don't think Harden would be good with Tatum. I want Tatum to have the keys to the franchise, and I think Harden would take away from that. Look, don't get me wrong. I love watching Harden play. I just would not
put on my team.
Him on my team for that. I wouldn't want him if they have to give up Jalen Brown. Now, look, I love Marcus Smart. He's probably my second favorite player on the team. I'm a true green teamer. Now, if you're talking Marcus Smart and a combination of other picks and assets, sure. But if you're including Jalen Brown, then no.
Nope.
So, Derek, perfect timing, sir. What is your final take?
I think Milwaukee is going to end up losing Giannis.
To the Lakers.
I don't know who it's going to be for it too.
I think
it
Golden
might be,
State.
It could be Golden State. It could be Lakers, or it could be Miami.
He would look good in those Celtics. That Celtics green. I'm just saying.
He should have been but they decided
Kelly
to have
Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk over him.
Well,
They put Giannis at center, have Jason at that forward.
Yeah, they could technically still try to do it at some point. I'm not banking on it.
Apparently, I'm not sure how much you would put stock into this rumor, but apparently Giannis reached out to Jason Tatum to ask about how the culture is on that team. I don't know how much stock you're putting into it. I don't know.
That's bullshit. You know why? Because why do you need to call Jason Tatum about the culture of the Celtics? Everyone knows the culture of the Celtics is good. You got Brad Stevens. You got a bunch of cool players.
Yeah, I read that report too. I'm not banking too much on it.
Giannis is a bitch.
We don't need Giannis.
I mean, I would take Giannis.
I would take Giannis.
You would take Giannis over Harden?
Yes, I would definitely take
Giannis. Giannis would fit if you keep that same team and just sign Giannis.
Yeah,
you guys, I will write it down right now. That happens. You guys win the championship that year. Like nobody has a chance.
You'd win in the East, but then you'd run into John Wall and James Harden.
but the thing is, you're talking about you're gonna have to get over hurdles. You're gonna have to for salary purposes, you're probably gonna have to get rid of Kemba, which I know. Look, I love Kemba too. I know I would do it if it meant getting Giannis, but you're gonna have to find someone who actually wants to take Kemba. So that's a hurdle. And then you're gonna have to. And who knows? You would take him to New York. Maybe you do a sign and trade, and that would get salary.
Kemba's meant to be in New York, man. Put him in New York right now.
Who? Giannis? Y'all still would.
Kemba. No, Kemba. I'm saying Kemba's a born blood New Yorker. Dwayne, what's your hot take?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right here on the sideline, guys. I'm here to let you guys know. Chasing Tyson will be continued for you will soon, somewhere in the distant future, see an exhibition of part 3 to Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Ladies and gentlemen, the story.
That'd be dope.
Oh my God.
That would be dope.
I love that hot take. Okay.
But nonetheless, my
final you've been coming with it, bro.
Also.
Yeah.
God.
Wayne is with it.
You know, it's just what we coming out. You know, we don't boxing, you know.
And that punches out here.
You know, I'm going to continue to go with my campaign and say, my boy Derrick Henry coming for the MVP, baby. I'm waiting for it.
I hope he does.
Keep running in rush shot, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see. Many running backs don't normally do it, but if there's anyone that can do it, it's definitely that guy. But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much concluding what we've been doing today. I mean, YouTube, we appreciate y'all for being live with us, straight up. Yes, you know what I mean? But this is the sideline, guys. You already know, fellas. Go around the room, tell them where they can find you so we can get out of here.
Well, you know, you can find me over on Twitter at John_OTS. And that's about it, man.
You can find me at Parker Gailey. That's about it, man.
Boom.
And go to the OTS page.
Yes, sir.
Hey, everyone. You can find me, Sami_OTS. Also, check out the page for the contest that's going on. Dwayne, you might want to tell them about that at the end. Quick thing. I just saw this pop up that Parker probably wants to hear. The protection on those picks in 2023, it's lottery protected. In 2024, it's top 12. In 2025, it's top 10. And then in 2026, it's top 8. And if it doesn't convey up until that point, it's 2 second-round picks.
Okay, that's solid. And
DeMarcus Cousins just tweeted, you guys can't see it probably, but a little emoji. He's happy.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
Hey, look. This is what. Hey, look. This episode's name is gonna have a double meaning. The boys are back in this podcast, and the boys are back.
Man.
The Houston Rockets, baby.
You hear what this guy is saying? You hear what this guy is saying?
Love it, baby. Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, well, of course, Derek's gonna say this. So I'll say it as Derek would say it. You can follow him at Derek_OTS. However, don't follow Derek. Follow at OTS Guys. And why should you follow at OTS Guys? Well, because Duh. You need to. It's a brand, baby. An up-and-coming brand that's about to take over the world. But beside that, let me tell you, it's the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. As we know, it's that time of year. And yeah, it's been one heck of a year, but this is where you ended on a cheerful cheer of a year. See what I did there, fellas? But nonetheless, we right here at OTS want to present y'all with a very contest coming, brought to you by OTS. You already know we got the Elf on the Shelf contest coming, and it is official right now. That's right. Maybe you're in a holiday spirit. I know I am. I know you guys are. Look, Elf on the Shelf. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. Everybody knows what it's about. So check this out. You got an Elf on the Shelf contest, and you got a chance to win a $50 gift card. So all you got to do is post your best Elf on the Shelf photos, follow at OTS Guys, and use hashtag OTSELF. That is hashtag OTSELF. And you got to make sure you follow. That's most important. Follow at OTS Guys. So when you do those two things, man, you're entered. And the best Elf on the Shelf photo wins that $50 grand prize gift card. So, ladies and gentlemen, the ball is now in your court. Y'all make sure y'all do this thing. And season's greetings. And on that note, I just want to say this is your boy's final podcast at this current age that I will not reveal right about now. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I thank y'all for tuning in right here on the Sideline Guys. We getting ready to hit the sidelines, and we out.
Peace.
Gang.